What's up, guys? Game Fiend of all games here, and it's Saturday, and this is where I came up with this idea to discuss the past recent wrestling shows of TNA and WWE, which is Raw, Impact, and SmackDown. Let's start off with Raw. Raw this Monday, it started off as John Cena coming out saying it's a new year. Basically, long story short, he's still going to continue rising above hate, this, that, and the third, and that segment ends. The first match of that night was Daniel Bryan versus Cody Rhodes, and in my honest opinion, this was my favorite match of the night. Both of these people know how to wrestle. They have great chemistry, even though I think this is like their, I think this is their first match ever, in my opinion. Yeah, they're both signature moves. At one point, Cody hit Daniel Bryan with the beautiful disaster, and then the match ended where Cody Rhodes tried to go for a suplex, but Daniel Bryan reversed it into a small package and got the 1-2-3. Beautiful match. If you guys didn't watch Raw, I think you should just go find this match and watch it. It was a very, very great classic match. Other matches was that night. Well, this was a squash match between Wade Barrett and Santino. Really nothing much. Long story short, they go back and forth. The way the match ended, Santino goes for the Cobra, and then Wade Barrett comes out of nowhere and hits him with the Chains of Winds and beats him 1-2-3. Okay match, really. It's probably just to boost Barrett up even more because now he's on both shows, because SmackDown Superstars could come on Raw since it's called the Raw Super Show. So he gets more TV exposure, everybody wins. So does Santino, because I'll get to what happened and for SmackDown in a moment why it's big for Santino as well. Sheamus versus The Miz was an okay fight until R-Truth came to the ring and interrupted it, and then The Miz had to sell to a water bottle. It's amazing how people can sell to this water bottle. First, Cena had to sell to the water bottle 8 months ago. Now The Miz has to sell to a water bottle. That's an interesting specialty weapon that R-Truth has, a water bottle. But we'll see how this storyline develops between the chemistry of R-Truth and The Miz. I like how I like how R-Truth is keeping his new persona as acting like a little bit crazy and like not all the way there, and still maintaining as a face. Didn't think it was gonna work well. I thought he was just gonna go 100% back to normal R-Truth as a face, but that R-Truth sucks. But I like how he's able to keep his character and play it both ways as a face and a heel. Very happy to see that. Very interested. Looking forward to more into this feud. It's just gonna get more interesting in my opinion. What else happened on Raw? Oh, the CM Punk versus Dolph Ziggler match. This match was great as well, because let me understand what you have in this match. You have a guy that can wrestle, plus a guy that can wrestle and can sell. Not saying that Dolph Ziggler is a better wrestler than CM Punk, but Dolph Ziggler is a better seller in moves. Sometimes he oversells, but seller in moves than CM Punk. So you're automatically gonna have a great match. They went back and forth. Great match. I think at one time Dolph Ziggler had him in the sleeper hold, and CM Punk got out of it. CM Punk did something new. He did like 5 leg drops in a row, but Dolph Ziggler kicked out at 2. The way the match ended, which I agree with this ending. For some reason, the the turnbuckle came off, and John Laurinaitis came down to the ring and got the ref to put the turnbuckle padding on, because after Punk hit his signature knee to Bulldog, and he automatically from there put Dolph in the Anaconda Vice. And then John Laurinaitis came down and got to the ref. He was like, yo, you need to get this turnbuckle back on. It's unsafe. And distracts the referee, and Dolph Ziggler taps out. So Punk starts celebrating like he won the match, and then he looks and sees that John Laurinaitis had the referee's attention, and CM Punk got angry. He got mad, and then Dolph recovers as CM Punk tries to argue with John Laurinaitis, and Dolph Ziggler hits Punk from behind, and John sees this is about to happen, so he ducks, pulls down the ropes, and CM Punk falls into the cabinets, and he gets counted out. And that's 2 weeks now that Dolph has beaten CM Punk. And then, and that's second week in a row that Dolph ran off with the WWE title celebrating. And it kind of confused some of my noob WWE fans because they actually thought that the title changed hands. Which we should all know that the WWE, unless it's said in the beginning of the match, but the WWE titles cannot change by DQs or countouts. So yeah, and then but we go to another backstage segment. As you can see, CM Punk is mad with John Laurinaitis, and then John Laurinaitis makes a match between CM Punk and Dolph Ziggler, as I think what's his name, David Otunga is the special guest referee. And then CM Punk made a funny line. He was like, you know what, John, you better be glad that he's in the ring and not you, because if he gets screwed, it's gonna be animal cruelty, because I'm gonna beat you like the bitch that you are. And that line was, yeah, PG-13 is back, in my opinion, even though the show isn't PG-13. But yeah, that was a very, very steep line that CM Punk said. Then you had the Bella Twins versus Kelly Kelly. Do you guys really care? Nope. Okay, that's what I thought. The Bella Twins win. What else happened? Oh, Jericho comes back. The Prophecy trailer comes back. The little girl says it's time. And big surprise, it goes dark for about a full 2 minutes, and then Jericho's music plays, and then he gets the crowd all hyped up. He gets the crowd cheering for him. He gets the crowd yelling. He poses with some of the fans in the front row. He gets the crowd cheering and amped up for a full 5 minutes and doesn't say a word. And in my head, this is funny because he's like, it seems like he's trolling the audience, because none of his promo trailers look like face trailers. They're all dark and demented. So Chris Jericho's up to something as usual. Every time he comes back, he always has a character change. If you watched his DVD, he always likes to change his character. He can never say never stays the same. He has to keep up with the times. Didn't say a word. I feel that he just trolled the whole WWE universe. I didn't fall for it because it was like all his trailers, they have him coming back as some type of heel, and he didn't say a word, and he just amped up the whole crowd. So we'll see on next week Raw. Is this his new character being silent? I don't know, but it's part of his plan to get us to come back and watch next week, and it's working because I'm gonna come back and watch next week. That's it for the last match. Was a triple threat match. Kane didn't show up because, long story short, the match was okay. Kane comes through, tries to drag Zack Ryder into the dips of hell. Didn't work because Cena saves him, and on and so forth. TNA was actually good. TNA always does the first 15 minutes right, but they usually drop off from there. But no, they actually did the first 15 minutes good, and it kept this momentum. They had good matches. Another funny Eric Young moments. He actually threw Madison Rayne in the locker and locked her in it because he was looking for ODB because of the tag team title tournament. Even though they were eliminated last week, and they had a weird makeout session in the second Eric Young session. I don't know, that was weird. Joe Smo and Magnus beat Kaz and AJ Styles. Looks like Kaz did a heel turn as he turned on AJ Styles, jumping down from the rope as AJ Styles was going for a tag. It was a great match all in all. Bobby, I like the heel Bobby Roode. It seems like he's just all out for the TNA World Heavyweight title. He doesn't care about anything else. Their match, it was a 6-man tag between Abyss, James Storm, and Jeff Hardy versus Road Hernandez and Bully Ray. Ended in no contest because everything went to hell. They wound up tying up Abyss, and Angle put Storm in the ankle lock, and Road had the crossface on Jeff Hardy. Before that, the Gunner and Rob Van Dam match was good. Seemed these two have unfinished issues in their feud. The match ended because Gunner tried to tombstone RVD on the concrete, and TNA officials had to come out and stop that. Overall, this TNA was very, very good. It was very, very exciting. It wasn't boring, unlike SmackDown. And yeah, here's when we go on to SmackDown. SmackDown was horrible. The first match was the best match. The first match was Cody Rhodes versus Booker T. Overall, it was a great match. It felt like a pay-per-view match for free. Cody Rhodes wins yet again clean. He won by a reverse Irish whip into the beautiful disaster. And before that, Cody Rhodes escaped Booker T's scissor kick once, and he popped out of the second one. And then he reversed the Irish whip and hit Booker T with the beautiful disaster. Great match. And I'm a fan of heels being clean. Cody Rhodes won clean again. Second match was Ted versus Honcho. This was an interesting match because Ted at one point hits a tilt-a-war X Factor, which was very unique. But surprisingly, Honcho wins with some type of pin / submission combination. It was a submission and double as a pin, and more surprisingly, he won it clean with his I forgot the guy's name, with his heel buddy watching at ringside, and it was no interference. So ironically, I kind of like that because looks like they're not all that work that he put in as being the fake Sin Cara. Looks like WWE is just not going to drop him off into endeavorment. They're just going to keep rolling with him, and I like it. Maybe I'm going to see where this Ted and Honcho feud, maybe it goes somewhere. Maybe it does. It's going to be interesting to me. But Ray, and then after that was a Wade Barrett promo. Once again, Wade gives good promos, keep the crowd working. He announced that Randy Orton has a herniated disc. He's going to be out for a couple of months. He's going to be out for 6. So it looks like with a injury like that, it looks like he might be on the edge plan. Meaning when he comes back, he might be wrestling on borrowed time, which really sucks for Randy Orton. It's injuries like this that you just hate to see. It looks to me that Randy Orton honestly loves this business as much as the other main eventers that are in this company, and it's very sad when wrestlers get serious injuries like this, anything with the back and spinal cord into the neck, and this really sucks. I'm not really a fan of Randy Orton per se, but I don't mind his craft. I don't mind his work. But it's very, very saddening when top stars get hurt like this. Backstage, Santino gets promoted as the assistant general manager of Raw. That's why I said it's good for Santino, because now he's going to be put on both shows. But then again, a stipulation got put in because it was a backstage segment with Drew McIntyre and Santino. And Teddy DeLong says you have to beat Drew McIntyre for this spot. So then they have the match later on the day, and Santino wins, and Drew starts freaking out because his job might be on the line. And then Teddy Long says if you don't win next week's match, you're fired. Fourth match was Epico and Primo versus Air Room. Long story short, this match was boring as shit, and I fell asleep. Yeah, I honestly did. Fifth match was Natty versus Tamina, and this was a squash match. Actually, they had Tamina win with the Superfly Splash. Very, very interesting match. Oh, now the sixth match, the main event was the World Heavyweight title between Daniel Bryan and Big Show. It started off slow, then got interesting, and Daniel Bryan ate a spear from the Big Show and kicked out. That had to be one of the heaviest bumps that Daniel Bryan had to probably take in his whole WWE career. I liked the match all the way up to the finish. I didn't like the finish. The finish was after the spear, Big Show was going for the chokeslam, and then Daniel Bryan reversed it into the guillotine. And then Big Show shrugged him off, but then Daniel Bryan reversed that into the lapel lock. So I was like, okay, this is a perfect way to end it. Just have him tap out. No, the Big Show throws him off, and Daniel Bryan falls out into the ring because Daniel Bryan got up, and then Big Show was gonna go for the weapons of mass destruction punch. So Daniel Bryan slid out the ring, and then Mark Henry was commentating, was like, yo, I would have not slid out like that. I would have fought him like a man or something like that. And then Daniel Bryan gets in Mark Henry's face. I think Daniel Bryan got to trick Mark Henry to shove him because you know Mark Henry would not be intimidated by somebody getting to his face. So Mark Henry shoves him, and Daniel Bryan gets disqualified. And then he's celebrating. What are you trying to do at this point, WWE? He's just lost all credibility by doing that as being a tough champion. Like that's something I would expect, something for like the Miz's character, not as a character as Daniel Bryan's. I got highly confused at that. But overall, I didn't really like that. That was just, I don't know. I didn't really. And then that's how SmackDown. It had that SmackDown ending with the Big Show and Mark Henry arguing. I don't know where this is gonna go. I hope they don't. I don't hope they don't make Bryan turn heel, because now if you think about it, that was a face versus face match, and that was really a heel type move, tricking Mark Henry to get yourself disqualified and then cheering about it afterwards. I don't know. Leave your thoughts about all the shows leave your opinions about all the wrestling shows for this past week in the description box. And help me out with a title for this show. I really don't have a title for this show. But yeah, anyway, I'll try to do this every Saturday or Sunday. This was the first show. Let me know how you guys like it. But anyway, that wraps this up. Please remember to rate, comment, subscribe. And I'm Game Fifi in the World Games. And I'm out here, guys. Later. Peace.